my name is Ashley Villalva. I'm your student government president, and welcome back to the Flipside. I am here with a very lovely and special guest here, Carlos Martinez. Hi, Carlos.
Hey, how are you?
Hi, we're so excited to have you here.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
We're very, very excited. So actually, I just want to say Carlos is a new inducted senator. He is one of our graduate senators. We are very, very fortunate to have him on board. I think he brings a lot of experience and a lot of different perspectives to the table. So we're very, very excited.
Yeah.
So thank you for being here.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
So Carlos,
Yeah.
I would love for myself and for the audience to know a little bit more about you. So tell us, I know you're a graduate student,
Yeah.
right? So where did you go for undergrad? Tell us.
So my journey here was very long, and I
Mhm.
feel like it was very not really planned at all. I
Yeah.
feel like it was just all over the place. I actually started off college at York College, but I only did maybe like a year and a half in there.
Okay.
I had to leave because of like different circumstances.
Yeah.
Commute was hectic for me,
Right.
like living in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that was a lot. I spent most of my time like in my commute
Mm-hmm.
rather than actually like, in my academics.
Yeah.
So for me, I think that was just like a big portion of why I ended up leaving.
Right.
Then I took actually a semester off where I was trying to decide exactly like what am I planning to do with like my academic and professional life, because
Right.
I had no direction. I honestly didn't know what to do. But I had previously taken a psychology course that kind of like piqued my interest a little bit,
Yeah.
but it was never really like, I want to dive fully deeply into psychology. It was more
Yeah.
of like, oh, like this is cool. Like I actually find this interesting.
Yeah.
So I took that semester to actually start looking into like schools that, one, were convenient, like
Right.
close by,
Yeah.
two, affordable, and that were able to offer me like, pretty affordable and good academics for what I was paying for.
Right.
And I actually bumped into CSI. Like I feel like not a lot of people would talk just about like CSI in general, one, because
Yeah.
it's in Staten Island.
Yeah.
So we would just kind of like put it off to the side as like a
Right.
last option.
Right.
But
So glad it wasn't a last option that you're here. Anyway, continue.
Anyhow, I ended up transferring here, and immediately I fell in love with the campus. I like the vibe here. It's pretty chill. It's like nice. But I still hadn't declared my major. Like
Okay.
I came in here just like trying to complete my bachelor's in just
Right.
like arts. But I didn't have like any clear direction. But
Yeah.
for some reason, I wanted to start taking more psychology courses because of the previous one that I had taken. And I think
Right.
more and more I became more interested in just like talking to people and actually getting to know them and getting to understand them and how they work and like how different people operate
Yeah.
based on like culture, based on like their belief systems, and like on many other factors that basically influence them and impact them and
Yeah.
how they are. I'm raised in Brooklyn for a majority of my life, and that also influenced a lot of like why I was drawn to psychology and just like interacting with people.
Right.
Unfortunately, I graduated during like the pandemic, so I didn't really have a graduation. I think the most I have to like remember my graduation is this ring that I got.
At CSI, right?
Yeah, I graduated here in 2021,
Okay. Yeah.
and
Right in the smack of it.
right in
Yeah.
the middle of like the whole
Yeah.
pandemic. So it was, for me, it was a little disheartening to like not have a graduation. I'm a first gen student,
Right.
like immigrant student, and at the same time, I'm the first in my family to even go to college.
Right.
So I wanted just to have like that little celebration or like that experience of like getting
No, I
to
get
walk
that.
it. But unfortunately, I didn't have it. It's okay. Like I made my peace with that already.
Mhm.
But after that, I took a chunk of period to kind of decide like, what am I doing with my degree?
Right.
Like I had a bachelor's in psychology,
Mhm.
and I started thinking, I was like, what exactly am I going to do with this? Because I don't have a direction right now. Like I don't know what to do. It wasn't until I started working at a job agency where it was like I had more interaction with people from my community, and also like volunteering with like some other organizations around like the area of Sunset Park.
Yeah.
That I was able to get like a more clear picture of like what was missing, or like what was the missing component like in the community.
Mhm.
A lot of what I saw was like a lack of services for like mental health, and there was a lot of resources lacking just in general in terms of like connections or like referrals to other services for people in the community.
Yeah.
And if there were, a lot of them were overbooked. Not a lot of them had like availability, or it was just simply not affordable for people.
Right.
So eventually I started looking into like pathways to a master's degree, and I came across clinical mental health counseling. And I think that piqued my interest a little bit more than anything else, just because I felt like that was one of the big needs in the community, especially after the pandemic.
Right.
Like there was a huge need for like mental health services, but unfortunately they weren't offered. They were very limited and they were expensive.
Right.
So I was like, you know what? Like I feel like this is a way for me to start giving back, but at the same time become a professional that's able to provide these services at like a low affordable cost for the community.
Yeah.
And then I started like my journey to like applying to different grad school programs. And like CSI was one of the schools that I applied to. I was like, you know what? I was like, I already went here for like my bachelor's. I was like, I might as well like continue my education there.
Right.
I really like it and I'm used to it. So I applied, and I think applications, I don't know, like I don't remember like the timeline of it. I just know it's like fall admission every time.
Yeah.
But I remember I was still working at the agency when I received like my letter of acceptance, and I was super excited. Until now, I still have like a screenshot somewhere on my phone.
Oh my gosh!
Of like the email that I received.
I would put that on the board or something.
I was excited. I was like, I'm finally going back to school. I feel like this is something that I'm actually like passionate about, and this is something that I want to do.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm all in for it. We had like an interview process that we had to go through, and then eventually they gave us like an orientation for like how the program was going to start. Between my graduation from my bachelor's 2021 and me starting my program, which was in fall 2024, there was a huge gap where I just didn't know what to do.
Right.
So I just kind of just did whatever. Like I was working, I was with my family most of the time. I feel like that was like good spend quality time, but I was also like doing volunteer work.
Right.
I have interests like outside of like mental health that have nothing to do with mental health.
Okay.
And some people are like, some people are like, oh, like if you do this, because a lot of the work that I do is just like is advocacy work. So I like partnering with like different organizations, volunteering at different organizations. One of the things that I was very like involved and like hands-on with was worker cooperatives in New York City, which is essentially like fair work opportunities for all, regardless of like immigration status or like whatever that they may be going through. So it was a platform for everyone to kind of like obtain access to like equal employment. And that was like one of like my little baby projects that like I still participate in till now. And it's like, getting involved, having to make that platform for people and having people like access those opportunities. Like I find that amazing. But that's like more business like oriented. So when I tell people about that, they're like, what are you doing in psychology?
No, I think it's completely fair. And, also being a first gen, Afro-Latina woman, I understand where, in our communities, we have this perception where, we aren't allowed to kind of reach out for help and mental health, because it's seen like just something, a taboo, right? No one really has experienced it in our cultures. And I can very much understand the need to want to kind of reach out and kind of break those stereotypes, right? And, during COVID was definitely a difficult time. And I also remember having to go to therapy and focus on that transition. And I'm very grateful that I have a very supportive family who kind of understand that now. But I know a lot of people feel alone in those spaces. And it's actually great that you're wanting to break that and, make it so that there is space for us in those areas. And I think that's incredible, and it's very inspiring.
Thank you.
And I appreciate the work that you do. It's really great.
For sure. It's funny that you say now, because I had a very similar experience with like my family. like before we started recording, we like shared that we're both Ecuadorian.
Yeah, we're
And
both Ecuadorian. Shout out Ecuador.
Shout out Ecuador.
Love you.
But I think that's also a very big stigma that I got from my family. Like people in my family would ask me like what is it that you do, or like, you know, what are you studying?
Yeah.
And I would tell them I'm like, it's mental health, or like in Spanish it's salud mental.
Right.
But in our culture it's very common that like we don't believe in mental health. Like, right? We thug it out. We do what we got to do in order to get through anything.
Yeah.
You have depression? No, you don't.
No,
go to church, reflect, eat
Yes.
food, do something, but you don't have depression. You don't have anxiety.
Yeah.
Right? Like all these underlying things that we like go through.
Yeah.
To us, it's kind of like taboo, and it's very stigmatized for us to talk about. So also taking that stigma out from like just that field and bringing it out to my family and like exposing it to them and being like, hey, like this is something real. This is something that people need, and it might not just like apply to everyone else like around the community, but like it applies to people in my family as well. Like we need to be open to these kind of things.
I agree. Thank you for sharing that. I really do appreciate it, and your journey and the advocacy work. I know you're going to do amazing things, and hopefully student government helps you and also gives you that platform to do it in this community, because I know that in this community we have a lot of Latinos who also just feel alone sometimes, or don't feel like they have that support. So hopefully everyone else out there knows as well that we do talk about these tough conversations. We have these tough conversations, and you know, you're not alone. You know, we all experience something, and we all have different experiences, but I think that, you know, we do have some sort of common ground, and student government is a perfect way to advocate for people who feel like they're not being heard or being seen. So thank you again for sharing that.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, Carlos. So, you know, you didn't really touch upon your new role in student government.
Yeah.
You're a senator on the Non-Traditional Students Commission, right?
Yes.
So what interested you in joining that commission, and what are you guys working on right now?
Yeah. So for one, I think it's important defining just the non-traditional students, and I think that's like students that don't really get to partake in like a lot of the activities that are made by student government, but also just making it like inclusive to like advocating to other like student groups on campus. So I think that was a big reason as to like why I wanted to join that particular commission.
Right.
And right now I believe they just had like an event on Friday, which was like a movie night. I think they did like Freakier Friday,
it was
which
so
was
much
awesome.
fun. It was such a success.
Which I find pretty awesome. Like it's nice having like those kind of activities like outside of like just like regular hours.
Right.
I think moving forward, what we're looking to do is kind of like reach out to these students who are considered non-traditional students to kind of like get an idea and gauge what is it exactly that's like missing from CSI for them to be like allowed to partake in more activities,
right?
For them to be able to enjoy their college experience, whether they're part-time, whether they're full-time, you know, whatever the case is. We want everyone here on campus to feel equally welcome and be included in like any sort of like things that are happening on campus or off campus as well. So
absolutely. And that is what student government strives to do, right? That is why we have these commissions. Non-traditional students is one of them. We also have, you know, accessibility, diversity, and inclusion. We have our, you know, like talking about like academics or clubs. Like we try to touch on as many areas as we can. And if we don't, that is why we need our students to speak up and let us know where we're falling through the cracks. And that only happens if, you know, we get your input. And that is why we hold town halls, and that is why we, you know, have office hours, and we have that posted for our students so that they know that, you know, at any point in time, if something is wrong, if there's an issue, if there's a concern, that they're able to reach us. And so thank you for the work that you do inside CSI, outside CSI. You do incredible stuff, and I'm just excited to see what else you are going to be able to bring to the community, because CSI needs more people with your mindset, and it's just thank you for being a part of SG. And I briefly met Carlos at the retreat. We had a leadership retreat early October, which was phenomenal. And I think that's where we kind of broke down his wall a little bit and got him to join student government.
I really appreciate it because I was able to meet you. Obviously, I don't think I had met anyone from like student government at all. So I was very fortunate to just bump into that same space and be able to share space with all of you and see where your heads were at. Like, what exactly is it that all of you were trying to get out of like being part of student government?
Right.
And I think that kind of also led me to be like, you know, like I think I can put like my little grain of salt in there too.
Oh yeah, and we want your 2 grains of salt, 3 grains, anything that you can contribute. That's what we want. We want your perspectives, and you know, because you have a life outside of college, right? You have a family and you have work. You are doing it all, and we want those perspectives in student government because we have a lot of students who are non-traditional. They have family, they're older, and they have life outside of this. And so we want that. We encourage that in student government in our meetings. So thank you for everything that you do, Carlos. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
Okay, great. All right. So Carlos, thank you for everything that you've done and spoken with us. We're going to now talk about a few updates for our students.
Awesome.
So most recently, obviously we had our Halloween bash, which was such a huge success. We had so many students come out. We had over 100 students come out and really partake, do some cool costumes. We had a costume contest. It was just such a phenomenal thing, and we're very excited, and hopefully we get to continue that on student government. Also, what we just had recently was last week, we had a couple things. Actually, oh my God, there's so much on the list. So obviously we had our evening first session fall feast, which was Thursday, November 20th from 6 to 8 p.m. So we had that available to our students who are obviously non-traditional or are on campus and have a class late and they're just hungry after class or before class and they want to grab a plate. And so that was a phenomenal turnout. Again, we had so many students come by, over 100 students partake. So that was incredible. And then Friday, we had obviously Free Career Friday with Non-Traditional Students Commission, which was also such a huge success. A lot of students came out, partake in the activities, and we gave out free blankets, which was so nice. And then Saturday, we had the eco pumpkin making, which was so cute. We collaborated with the Children's Center, and that was the Campus Center Student Facilities and Sustainability Commission, which was such a huge success in collaboration with the Non-Traditional Students Commission. It was amazing. So many of the little kiddies from the Children's Center came by, and so many of our students came by as well and just partook in like the little pumpkin making. It was so nice. I saw all the photos. It was really fantastic. Thank you very much. It came out so cute. Aren't they adorable? And you know, it's fully recyclable stuff, and it was just great. It was really truly an amazing event that we had. And then obviously we have something coming up soon. We have our Spirit Day that we are doing. It'll be on December 4th from 12 to 2 p.m. in 1P Atrium. And a little birdie told me we may have a food truck, so stay out on the lookout for our social media and you can get all those exclusive details. On top of that, we also have, which I'm really excited about, a winter formal. I'm so excited. The theme is Winter Masquerade. We're so excited. It is going to be December 4th from 6 to 10 p.m. in 1C GDL. And wear your best. Come in the beautiful dress and the gown and the suit and tie or whatever you're comfortable with. It's just going to be an amazing experience, and you don't have to worry about bringing masks because we are going to provide masks for you. But if you want to create your own or order a very fancy one, be our guest. We are going to maybe have a best dress competition, so we are really excited. So please come by, bring your friends, dress to impress, and just spend the night with us. It's going to be an amazing time. And then obviously we have a second session for the fall feast, and I think that's actually happening right now. So I want you and Carlos to join us as we, show around and enjoy the festivities of the fall feast. So come with us. You ready?
Let's go.
Let's go.
Hi everyone, so we are now at the Fall Feast. We are enjoying seeing such an amazing crowd of students come by and enjoy the amazing food. If I didn't say this already, this food here at the Fall Feast is completely 100% halal, and we do have kosher options for anyone who requests them. So we are very, very excited to see such a great turnout. We also, which I'm very, very excited about, we have a thankful wall, and we have so many amazing students that actually contributed and put things that they're thankful for. It is something that we are trying to really push for our students to just sit in community and really think about what they're thankful for, whether that be family, friends, activities, life, anything at all. We really want our students to be in this community and really engage and find commonality or differences as well, and talk about that. And we want to create a welcoming and open and safe space for our students. And of course, it is only early, so we are going to continue to see so many students come by. Again, it is such an amazing initiative that we have done, and hopefully future student governments continue to work on this and build on this and bring more events like this to our campus. Let's quickly look over what we have for food. Excuse me, gentlemen. We have some amazing turkey here. It looks delicious. I can also say it is delicious. I had it in the first session. We also have some sweet potatoes, which I think, in my opinion, are the best thing on the menu. They are so good. I love them. We also have mashed potatoes, which are also very, very delicious, very creamy, super good. The mac and cheese seems to be a huge success. Oh my goodness. It is also very delicious. We have some green beans. You're good. We have some green beans here. Really delicious. We got some rice that is almost going by, and dinner rolls. And of course, we have our kosher alternatives here. And on top of that, excuse me, so sorry, we got some of our senators here enjoying some food. We have, of course, some water, apple cider, and lemonade for everyone to take. And here on the dessert table, we have pumpkin pie and apple pie, which I think is a huge success. So many students love them. So I really can't thank everyone who has been working and supporting us enough. We tried to bring amazing and fun and insightful activities for you all to build community and to really just want to be on CSI, because CSI is such an amazing campus. This is one of our senators, Kelly, who has really been working hard on, making this and providing this for all of us. So again, thank you so much for being a part of this. I'm just going to quickly go over to one of our senators over here. They're sitting. Hey guys, how was the food?
It was great. Oh my gosh, it was delicious. It was delicious. It was so good. I loved it.
So good. What about you?
Chowing down still.
Chowing down. So I think our senators gave it an A+, I would say. A+. So if you ever want to feel like there's, community here, please join us. Follow our Instagram. It's csi.studentgovernment. Again, I'm going to repeat that. It's csi.studentgovernment. Follow us. We are going to be marketing all of the events that we have coming up. So stay tuned, and obviously see you on Spirit Day. See you at the Winter Formal, and catch you on the flip side. Bye.